Good morning, everyone. I'm Cory. We meet again in my lecture. How are you today, guys? It is a pleasure in International Student Community Engagement. I hope it's been enjoyable. Okay, today we will learn about non-timber forest project. Have you ever heard about non-timber forest project? But before that, let's look at the definition of forest and forest project. Forest products are biological, non-biological materials. They are derivative and services originating from forest. And forest is an ecosystem unit in the form of land containing natural biological resources dominated by trees in their natural environment, inseparable from one another. So what is non-timber forest product? Non-timber forest products are biological forest products, both plant and animal-based, including their derivative and cultivate products, excluding timber originating from forests. This definition based on Law Number 141 of 1999 on Forestry, or Undang-Undang Nomor 41 Tahun 1999. And what's the role of NTFP in local economy and conservation? First, alternative income sources, especially for forests, for forest adjacent communities, and development of micro, small, and medium enterprise or MSME. In Indonesian, we call UMKM, and the creative industry. The third is economic diversification. It means communities not only rely on timber or shifting cultivation but also utilize forest potential sustainable. And fourth, export or global market opportunities such as honey, essential oils, resins, and herbal medicines. And five, promoting sustainable forest utilization, harvesting without felling trees. And six, reducing deforestation. If communities gain economic value from NTFP, they are less likely to clear forests for conventional agriculture. And seven, preserving biodiversity. NTFP plants such as Damar, Rotan support wildlife habitats and ecosystem diversity. And eight, soil and water conservation. It means NTFP plants such as bamboo help bind soil, prevent erosion, and maintain the water cycle. And last, supporting SDGs achievement. It means NTFP contribute to Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs, especially goals number 1, 12, 13, and 15. SDGs number 1 is no poverty. So, by utilizing non-timber forest product, it is hoped that poverty rates can be reduced, especially for communities around the forest. And SDGs number 12 is responsible consumption and production. This leads to the utilization on non-timber forest product in an environmentally friendly manner. And SDGs number 13 is climate action. So, by utilizing non-timber forest product without cutting down trees, we will participate in climate change mitigation. And SDGs number 15 is life on land. So, this is our responsibility to preserve life on land. Okay, this is NTFP from plants. There are some category utilization of NTFP from plants. The first is resin category. There are some species of plant in resin category, and the first is Agathis damara. We call in local name is Agathis or damar. Has a product copal. And Sorea. Sorea in local name is Meranti. Meranti has a product damar. And then Sorea javanica, in local name we call damar mata kucing, has a product damar gum or cat eye resin or damar mata kucing. A damar mata kucing is a famous commodity in Lampung, which is widely cultivated through agroforestry in Kure, West Pesisir or Pesisir Barat in Lampung province. It is sustainability is maintained because indigenous communities prohibit cutting down these trees. And Aquilaria malacensis or gaharu in local name or agarwood resin, and Styrax benzoin or kemenyan or benzoin resin, and Pinus mercusii in local name we call tusam or pinus, or Pinus mercusii in resin category has a product we call rosin, in local name we call gondorucum. And the second category of utilization of NTFP is essential oil category. Pinus mercusii. Pinus mercusii in category of essential oil has terpentin. Rosin and terpentin are two distinct products derived from pine tree sap, but they possess different properties and use. Rosin is a yellow to brown solid, while terpentin is a clear liquid and a powerful solvent. Rosin is extensively used in industries such as batik, paint, and varnishes, whereas terpentin is widely employed as a solvent in the paint and varnish industry and as a raw material for various chemical products. So that is the difference of rosin and terpentin. Okay, and the next is Aquilaria malacensis or gaharu or agarwood oil, and Cananga odoratum, Cananga ilang-ilang oil, and eucalyptus oil, Melaleuca kayu putih or kayu putih in local name has a product we call kayu putih oil or minyak kayu putih. And the third category is fat oil category. There are Moringa olivera or Moringa or kelor in Indonesian, and Aliritas molucana, candle nut. In Indonesia we call kemiri. And then Sorea pinanga, Sorea macrophylla, Sorea singkawang. In Indonesia we call tengkawang. And then Canarium odoratum, canary nut. And the next is multipurpose tree species category. There are Arenga pinnata, or we call aren in Indonesia, or palm sugar. Palm sugar or Arenga pinnata has a product we call palm sugar or and palm fruit kolang kaling in Indonesia and palm sap nira. And then Tamaris indica or tamarin. And then Pometia pinnata or matoa, and then Myristica fragrans or nutmeg. In Indonesia we call pala, and then Durio zibetinus, durian. And the other category is such as Diera costulata, Diera lowii, Diera pedumatophora. We call julutung. Julutung is a species of forest plant sap utilized as a raw material for chewing gum production. In addition, timber forest product can also be harvested from mangrove ecosystem, such as Pidada fruit from Soneratia species, and mangrove leaf and wood for craft and dyes, and processed product like syrup, dodol, and mangrove crackers. This picture is clove. Okay. Do you remember that one of the roles of NTFP is to support SDGs realization. Okay, have you ever heard of biobriquette? Not yet. Biobriquette are alternative solid fuels made from biomass, such as agriculture organic waste, forestry waste, and other industrial waste. The biomass is processed into charcoal, then molded into briquette, usually with the addition of a binder. Biobriquettes are used as a substitute for fossil fuels like coal or kerosene, particularly in the household and small-scale industrial sectors. And this process for biobriquette in one area of Lampung, namely Pesawaran, the community processed candle night cell was into charcoal biobriquette, which have high economic value. Let's observe the biobriquette production process that we carry out together with the Wonoharjo Forest Farmers Group or KTH Wonoharjo in Pesawaran Regency. The first, um, the candela cells are dried. Then the candle nut cells are carbonized into charcoal using a drum. The charcoal production process takes 4 to 6 hours. After becoming charcoal, it is then ground to facilitate molding. Once the charcoal is fine, it is then molded with the addition of a natural adhesive, and then next it is put into the biobriquette molding machine. The final state is drying the biobriquette. So it is the candlenut oil derivative product and biobriquette from candlenut cells. So what are the use of biobriquette? The first, for co-firing. They can be used for co-firing, but this requires a very large amount of raw materials. And fuel source for satay or satay, chicken grilling or camping, and then candle nut shell charcoal produces long-lasting embers. And this is NTFP from animals. We can harvest such as forest honey from Trigona species and swallow nests and edible forest insects such as grasshoppers in some areas. This picture is the Trigona honey from Trigona. The Trigona honey is easy to cultivate and stingless and sour taste. Okay, NTFP development potential in Lampung for local economy and export. If we look at this picture, the land is very barren and prone to erosion. This occurs because high-lying areas are converted into agricultural monoculture. To prevent further erosion, landslide, and environmental damage, agroforestry is necessary. So, what is agroforestry? Agroforestry is an optimal land use system, both vertically and horizontally, combining forestry plants and or agriculture, plantation, livestock, beekeeping, and aquaculture commodities. So agroforestry aims to maintain the ecological value of the environment and the economic value for forest adjacent communities. Besides agroforestry, another way to utilize forests that generates economic value without harvesting is through tourism. For example, in Bukit Barisan Selatan National Park, we can see Rafflesia flowers, Rafflesia arnoldi in the left picture, and in Waikambas National Park, we can observe elephants. Additionally, non-timber forest products have great export potential for honey and damar mata kucing or damar gum or cat eye resin. Okay, next. Here are examples of agroforestry commodities in Lampung. Vanilla grows by needing climbing plants, and the species of plant commonly used for climbing plants is gamal or Gliricidia sepium. Gamal leaves are also often harvesting for animal feed. So it is the meaning of agroforestry in vertical. Okay, and the other commodities of agroforestry in Lampung, such as chili and Theobroma cacao, cardamom and pepper, Javanese long pepper, nutmeg, and Robusta coffee. So, what can we do as students for NTFP development? First, educate communities. It means NTFP cultivation, sustainable harvesting technique, and develop NTFP-based tourism village, as is NTFP MSME in digital marketing. C. International collaboration, export coaching, and comparative study. So the future of NTFP in the green economy and SDGs era. NTFP as part of SDGs, no poverty, climate action, and life on land. NTFP in the global bioeconomy, international research and opportunities in Lampung. Okay, guys, that conclude our lecture for today. Thank you very much for your attention and see you again. Remember, we can utilize and harvest our forest without destroying their ecosystem. Okay, thank you and see you again.